God. Excuse me. Nothing like starting a video and then have a coughing spasm. Do it anyway. Okay, now we're sneaking up on some bees. Right, okay. Let it get. All right. Darn it. Getting settled. Right about there. Okay, there we go. You watch while I narrate. How's that? April 14th, 1:10 p.m. Dance time. April 14th, 1:10 p.m. Why are we doing this one? While the beekeeper blows his nose. Sorry. Because you need to be a student of the porch. I just walked around the catchbox nursery and it was quiet. There wasn't any action right now. That's all right. Student of the porch. These are mature girls returning from the field. They'll leave early of a morning, out all day, about 6 hours maybe, something like that. And typically 1 to 2 is dance time. 2 to, you could say 12 to 2, but 1 o'clock for sure. So what's that mean? So you get a lawn chair, as long as you're sitting to the side. Let them have 10 o'clock, 2 o'clock. Now, welcome to Little Creek Bee Ranch, by the way, Northeast Oklahoma. Do lots of lessons, lots of filming and lessons. You get your lawn chair, and most times you don't even need a veil. You're just sitting, 5 feet away, depending upon the attitude of the bees. And you watch. Okay, so what do you watch for? The volume of bees coming back, how early they come back. If bees are returning real aggressive back at 10 a.m., they have found something really big time. They can't wait to get home. They don't wait till 1. They're coming home right now. Excuse me. So the time of return can tell you something. I've seen them come back hard and fast at 10 a.m., 10 to 11, and you go, holy cow. And they don't even wait to get inside to dance. They'll dance right on the porch, or they'll dance on the face of the brood box, or the nuke, or whatever box they're in. I think the pollen is getting to me today. Excuse me. So you watch how aggressive the return is. You watch the time of return. Normally 95, 98% of the time it'd be 1 o'clock. Also too, swarms are emitted at 1. Weird. I've stood out in the pasture and watched 3 big swarms leave straight up 1 p.m. Crazy, man. Can't tell you why. Maybe it just takes them that long in the morning time to get warmed up and rallied up and get the queen off the porch. The old queen doesn't want to come to the light. That's a principle. Queens love the dark. They do not want to come to the light. So they have to be pushed towards the front porch. Herded, encouraged, coerced, whatever. But this lesson is about flight attitude at the porch. The camera's about 7 feet away from the box, zoomed in on the porch. And I see bees leaving, and I see bees returning, and they're probably bringing back a combination of nectar and pollen. They're telling their sisters, hey, oh man, I got some stuff over here. And they'll do their traditional waggle dance. And I know you can't see it, but you would look up about 8 to 10 feet above the box, usually about that high, and you'll see bees do a circle or a loop in the air and then shoot off different directions. Okay, they're headed to their food source. They come out of the box. They do typically 1 or 2 loops, orient the sun to the box and the food source, and they've got it memorized, and they know how to return home. Some fast trig, man. Some fast trig and geometry, man. Little math brains. If you see a cloud of bees outside of the porch that are kind of floating in the air and they're facing the box, but they're all floating, that's a new hatch. Those girls are about 3 weeks old, and they're trying their wings. 3 to 4 weeks old, they're learning how to use their wings. They don't want to get too far away from home. They may get lost and confused. So they just hover a foot or 2 in front of the box. Face the box. They're memorizing the face of their house, the front of their house. Yeah. Yeah. It was super active a while ago. Bees are returning from the northwest. Maybe over there at the high school. The high school is about a mile away from us. So there's football fields, baseball fields, soccer fields, clover, lots of clover. Lots of clover. Yeah. Yeah. And that's predominantly, that will be the majority nectar is clover between now and early July. And then it will begin to dry down. There'll be less and less clover. The front of the box, a student of the porch. And it takes, it takes some years, okay? The more curious you are, curiouser and curiouser, I think the better you do. And not everything in beekeeping is so hard and stressful and anxiety, but now, man, you gotta relax your mind. Bring a chair out here and sit. It's like watching a lava lamp if you're a baby boomer. You know what I mean? Just sit that lava lamp on the TV and sit on the floor and stare at it. That's what this is like. Wow. Look at him come and look at him go. Wow. It also tells you something about the temperament of your bees. If you're sitting within 5 feet to the side, assuming you're not drinking an alcoholic beverage or soda or something like that, or smoking a cigar, you got to be able to sit there peacefully without them bothering you at all. to the side, not in the front. 10 o'clock, 2 o'clock is theirs. Set to the side. And watch. See, now it's died down. Okay, so I know there's a little bit of grass on the porch. I'm not going to reach in there and disturb them and pull it away. But if you look real closely, and the last video we did was on the other side of this box, the bees are coming in towards that far side. So if I face the box, it would be the right side. If I was standing behind the box, it would be the left side. Okay, what's that mean? Well, a majority of them are returning to that far side of the porch. The queen is housed up in there on those two frames on that far side. You say, what? No, just got to be humble and coachable here now. Little telltale signs. Bees have tells. Like when you play, poker or something for fun or whatever, and you think you have a really good hand and maybe your eyes flutter. Oop, I saw that. He's excited. He's got a really good hand. I saw those eyes flutter. A tell. So bees have tells. This is one of them. It's when they return to a certain portion of the porch. If it's a big hive, big 10-frame box, and you're facing it, you can use an imaginary line and divide the porch up into thirds. From left to right, it'd be the first third, second third, and then the end third. And so you are watching to the section where the girls are bringing back the groceries. That's where the queen is laying down thousands of eggs. That's where they need all the supplies. The workers are sensitive to, oh, I can smell her right here. They smell her as soon as they go in. They smell where she is. And they return to a section of the porch. Little gold nuggets, man. You need to be in the habit of sucking up little gold nuggets when you're watching our videos. We'll always remind you, little gold nuggets. I'm sure Gene would agree. Gene in Texas, dude. You're the one that started the gold nugget theme. You're right, though. Gold nuggets. Give a shout out to Judy in Texas. Boy, girl, you ask lots of questions, and that's really cool, man. I wish students asked as many questions as you ask. She's constantly after me. And that's good, man. The more you ask, the more you get. Judy in Texas. Giving another shout out to Margot in Louisiana. Ooh, some Cajun beekeepers. Yeah, man. You've gone quiet, Margot. Huh? Are you feeling convicted? Okay. You used to call all the time and ask questions, and you slowed down. That's awesome. It's the beauty of the program. It's self-paced. Some students call in a lot. Some students, they don't want to. That's cool. There's no right or wrong. I love visiting and teaching and sharing. Just depends on how hungry are you. How hungry are you to learn? Great attitudes. I love the program because the program is really kind of a self-determining program. If you have the right hunger, the right curiosity, commitment, be humble and coachable, you do well. And it takes more than a year, man. Actually, about 5 years. And then people freak out about that. No, man, this is not easy stuff. It's all right. Margot and Scott in Louisiana, good job. They're going to be great beekeepers. Keep at it. Keep calling and asking. I think sometimes, and I struggled with this. This was my struggle. having a controlling personality. I came from a military officer background career. Must do, gotta do, gonna make them do. No, you, you weren't gonna make bees do a thing. You got no control, man. So your personality really does roll into this a lot. If you're a really laid back person and you're hungry and want to learn, you'll do well. If you're a controlling person like I was, I had a lot of changes to make in my head. So I had to like relax my mind. Like, what the heck, man? So the more you relax your mind, don't put pressure on yourself. This just changes. I don't know how to describe it to you. It's a beautiful thing, it sure is. The bees are going to do what the bees want to do. I just want to try to get a heads up. Here soon we'll be doing some apivox work, and then we'll do some apivox filming in the apiaries. Not quite ready, almost there. If the weather stays good, maybe next week, something like that. Give another shout out to Chuck and Michi around Dallas, Texas area. Oh, there's a tough guy. I know you're going to hear this video, man. Good job. That's all I can say, man. Good job. Chuck's going to be a great beekeeper. Chuck and Michi, shout out to you guys. Yeah, keep watching and learning. One of the reasons we film so much is there's so much to learn. Let's take it in little slices, little nibbles. It's just so overwhelming. So if I can get students to learn one little nibble at a time over the months and years, then it sinks in. See, they're leaving. I'm watching them. They're getting the message inside, and when they're confident they know where to go, they crawl up the face of the box. If you notice, they crawl up the face of the box and leave, and the girls returning hit the porch and slip in. See that little thing, that little tiny gold nugget? They return to the porch and slip in, and when they leave, they crawl upside down to the face of the box and jump, there it is, jump off the face of the box. Very clever. There's no traffic jam, right? Most of them. Not every time, most times. I mean, that'd be like confusing to me. Upside down on the edge of the box, crawling upwards, and then doing a backwards half gainer to hit the air. I don't know. I'm not a bee, man. I'd be all dizzy and slamming into brush and a tree by the ends. Like, what the heck, man? Although they're little, they're super smart. Oh my gosh. Shout out to Katie. There's another new beekeeper. Rockin' awesome. I love the commitment from these new people, young people. Starting out, you know. They text me questions and visit and come to classes from all over. Dallas, Texas area, they'll drive in. People will drive in for classes from Dallas, Fayetteville, Oklahoma City, Kansas City, Wichita, Kansas. Whew. I had a student fly in from Salt Lake City, Utah, and that's pretty cool. Another student drove from Fredericksburg, Texas. I think that's southwest of San Antonio. That's a long ways down there. 3 different times they drove up. But when I'm really flattered when people take the time and drive that far, man, it just puts pressure on me. Dude, you better put the mustard out, man. That's a fact. No kidding, man. I respect that. I respect that. I'm trying to think of all the states that we have students in. Oklahoma, Texas, Missouri, Louisiana, Connecticut. North or South Carolina, I can't remember. Forgive me. And others. That's cool, see, because bees operate by a set of principles. They don't know the difference between South Carolina and North Carolina, or Oklahoma or Kansas for that matter. They operate by a set of principles. Our environments are different, of course, a little bit different. That's okay. They operate by a set of principles. I always encourage people to look at our Bee Principles handbook, whether they're a part of the program or not. You got to learn, man. You got to learn. Now here I'm going to say something that's probably going to offend. I'm the equal opportunity offender, so welcome to class. People think they're going to come into beekeeping and they're going to learn from their friend Joe down the road because he's been doing it for 6 months. He'll show me what to do. Just like, I stay really quiet and polite, but in my head I'm going, well, that's like the blind leading the blind. That's not going to work well. You could try. I was like, okay. That's okay, you got to try. Until you realize that's a little tougher than I thought. That's all right. It's okay. We all kind of start that way. This is why we created a structured program. Newsletter went out today to all the members in the personal advisor program. I expect that they will read and study. If you aren't going to read and study anything, I mean, it's anybody else's book for that matter, if you're not going to read and study, you just aren't going to do well. It's just going to be a real tough challenge. You got to be really hungry. Do videos, we're doing, at least one video a day on a particular topic. And see, I'm sitting here talking and teaching and watching, and now they're slowing down. That's okay. But when I passed by here just before 1, it was super, super busy. I thought about stopping and filming, but I said, I'll go down to the south and it's okay. Don't get bored. Don't do it. Don't get bored. Today is another prime bee day. There's not hardly a cloud in the sky. Low 60s, light wind. After the fronts have come through the past couple of days and been kind of cool. Ooh, this is a great day. This is the day like I'd expect to see swarms moving. After a storm front or a low pressure system's come through, it warms up to the low 60s, a bright sunny day. And you'll recognize these days. You'll learn to recognize them. And then you start really paying attention close. It's like Easter's right around the corner. So think of Easter eggs. I know what Easter's about, but I'm just saying, look for bees hiding behind trees and bushes. Or look up high in a tree. And if you find a swarm that's high in a tree, more than 10 feet high or 15, 20 feet, it's probably a virgin. Virgin queens are pretty agile and light, like little rockets, and they can zip right up there. They hadn't been mated yet, so they're not heavy. But an old queen that hadn't flown in a year, who's been mated, she's kind of fatter, and she's going to go a short distance and land about 3 feet. So they won't go very far or high. So you make a determination. There's another little golden nugget. Look how we've quieted down. See that? They still return to the far side of the porch. So that queen is over there working. Well, that's all right. I'm anxious to open them. I give them a little bit more time. I'll film it when I open, so you can see. You've been talking about a particular colony. Man, when does this guy ever get into bees? I can hear that one. Yes, of course, of course. But I'm not so aggressive. Let's plow into them. Oh no, 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 no. With bees, less is more. Yeah, very cool. Little golden nuggets. Now, if you notice, look at the face of the nuke box. There's a hole that we put in our nuke boxes, a 1/2-inch hole. That hole's been plugged with propolis. I didn't do it, they did it for before winter time. It's been plugged over. Now, if they wanted to, they could open it. I will try to open it later. Why do that? It's an emergency hole. In case there's a die-off for whatever reason and there's so many dead bees at the porch they can't get out, that can happen. If they can't get out, then they're going to perish inside. But the boxes coming out of the industry, they don't have a hole there. So we always put an emergency hole there. Yeah. Love it. And I would suspect, my kind of gut feel is, they may be half full or full. So once I open them, I'll know better what I need to do. There's a solid bottom on it. No screen in the back or the bottom. And I say that, I gotta look. Right. Solid bottom, no screen. This was a swarm catch box from last spring, filled up, got real heavy, and the wood strap on the box broke loose off the peg of the tree. The peg of the tree is still there that it was hanging on. Just a piece of wood broke through the loop and it came straight down. It didn't tip over, straight down. I just left it there. Let's just see how they do. So they proofed. We call it proofing. They proofed through the winter. Valuable bees, man. They proof through the winter like that. I mentioned the other day I didn't have any bee trees. I do have a couple of bee trees I created in the front north apiary. I just wasn't thinking about it. 2. So what did he just say? I love it, man. You watched the video prior to this one. 2 videos prior. About creating your own bee tree. Sweet. Moving off the porch with a purpose. There's a queen inside laying. Now what if there's not a queen? Those girls will dawdle around on the porch on the face of the box. They're like clueless. They're lost. They got no purpose. They just go around in circles and like, what are they doing? They don't have a reason to work. A queen laying all those eggs gives them a reason to work. So these bees are flying with a purpose. They come floating down. Very cool. Very nice. All right. Just want to come out and check them. All right, so I hope you picked up some golden nuggets there, man. If you like what we do and how we teach and stuff, check out the Personal Advisor Program. I always, expect there's probably new people that have never seen us before and stumble across our videos. They go, what is this guy doing? I know. If you're really, really hungry to learn sustainable beekeeping, I would encourage you to go to littlecreekbeeranch.com and look at the Personal Advisor Program. Study all that's there, man. Very cool stuff. And if you aren't sure about us, look at the page titled Our Uniqueness. There you go. There's some bullet points of things we're really popular for across the country and teaching others. Still aren't convinced? Go to Acoustic Beekeeping page. Acoustic Beekeeping. And the next page, a sister page to that one, is Making the Connection. Yeah. I'll let you be curious. Like, what is he talking about? Just go to the pages. Watch the video again. Go to the pages and study. Read, learn, be curious. If you got a question for us or you want to talk to us, go to the face page of the website. At the bottom is all of our contact information. Man, if I got a lawn chair and brought it down here, I could waste so much time just sitting here watching bees. That'd be dangerous. My wife would come home, how come you didn't get this done? Well, I don't know. I was down there watching bees. I was doing my job. I got tied up, man. The bees are so busy. Boy, got me all tied up in knots. Man, I was down there. I don't know. I don't know what chores was I supposed to do again? Oh, man. Oh, my gosh. Sit in a chair. I don't know. I've been here like 6 hours. I thought it was just an hour. I don't know. It's like 5 o'clock now. Oh, my gosh. Okay. Last shout out. Addison and Anna's girls, man. Have you had your pop quiz yet? Gotta give those kids a quiz, man. I've given enough videos, man. Mom, you need to make up some quiz sheets or something. Yeah, man. Great beekeepers. Love the people in the program. They just have great attitudes. Very impressive. All right, I gotta go. My gosh, and I do have a lot of other chores I gotta do. Avoid to get in trouble. Hey, I'll check you later, man. Learn lots. Be curious. Be hungry. Bye for now.